All right, guys, what's going on? What is good? I don't know if I did that transition correctly, but it's cool. We're here. Welcome. Still trying to get those things figured out. What's good? Nicholas, Alex, from Italy. Very nice, very nice. Trinidad in the house. Germany, Berlin. Costas from Cyprus, welcome. Glad you guys were able to make it in. And I'm just, again, checking the levels here just to make sure that you guys can hear me, that you can hear the music too, but that the music isn't too loud. That is what I'm hoping for. and then we'll go over a couple things. I left my tweets on here. I'll get to that in just a minute, after the intro and everything. And I don't know about you guys, but I've been having issues with TradingView on my computer, and so I have to use the TradingView website, which I don't really care for. Are you guys having trouble with TradingView, or is that just me? Sweden in the house, France in the house. So a lot of like non-Americans, which is cool. You know, it just means that, you know, forex trading is, or futures trading, all of it is, you know, for everyone worldwide. So it's always cool. But yeah, I don't even want to get into all that. But what's good, Naruto? Omar from Egypt. Use the app for desktop most of the time. No, that's what I use too. But yesterday it was stuck on the loading screen, and then restarted the PC, still stuck on loading screen, and then I tried it again, and then it went from dark theme to the light theme, but still loading. It was very strange. I didn't like it. You know what I mean? I didn't like it. For ES, I was hoping for 40:35 in the afternoon, so that way we could watch it together. But it ran up there prior to that, so it's unfortunate. But we'll watch a good portion here of the afternoon and really see what takes place. We'll take a look at pretty much everything and really go from there. It's Friday, so it's probably not the best day to be trading, probably. But we can always watch, you know what I mean? Friday afternoon sessions are pretty fun. So let me see. I don't think I have what I shared on my Instagram on here. So the schedule has been released. Oh, sorry about that. I released the schedule on my Instagram. Okay, so if you look at my Instagram story, and I don't know why my socials aren't up there, but there it is. It's all the same, at John Fibonacci on Instagram. The schedule is Monday 1 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday 2 p.m. Eastern, Wednesday 2 p.m. Eastern, and then Friday 1 p.m. Eastern, like right now. So we'll be going live here 4 times a week. Okay, 4 times a week, damn near every day except Thursdays. You know, always gotta have a break, or, you know, something to that effect, in case there's, you know, future dentist appointments and whatever else. I need a day that's like free, that's not on a weekend, you know. So Thursday is that day. What's good, Josh? I think they have a new version of the TradingView app. Double check to make sure that you're updated. How do you even check for updates on TradingView? Will you still be in the morning bounce back sessions? No, I don't go live in the mornings anymore. I pretty much retired from that. But if there's something juicy, I usually post to Twitter. This week, I was off a little bit. The timing was off on some of the things that I was looking for. I mean, I was still right, but if I'm being honest, I wanted price to turn kind of around the time that I was posting. But if you really zoom in here, so on the 28th at 8:30, so that's like right at the open anyway. Said 4008 could be upside if S&P, or for S&P if we get aggressive upside, but we didn't really get too much aggressiveness. And then the next day at 7:30 a.m., so I was up early for some reason. And you know, if we get upside expansion, that could easily be a target. Not clear to me at the moment. And now you see why I included that portion of not being clear, right? Not clear to me, right? So if I wanted 4004, which is like up there, and then obviously still 4008, which is about right there, you know, then we traded lower. Okay, but if you look at today, we obviously have you know, rallied and done so fairly aggressively. So I guess the aggressiveness really came from yesterday. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna say I'm right, because I wasn't. My timing was off. But you know, if you ever want to learn or see, I guess, someone who sticks to their idea, then that's what that looks like. So even if you're wrong on the timing, we still came up to those levels. Okay. And so the reason being was those initial highs right here. Just pull up this for a second. Those initial highs right here, and these two highs right here. Okay. 4,007, and then I just did 4,008 because that's 1 point above that. So obviously that would be like, you know, the easiest target per se. But with the way we are now, I don't think we're gonna short from here. I think we're gonna keep trading higher. I think today's gonna be very similar to yesterday, where we really just keep trading higher and higher. So we'll watch it. We'll see how it goes. But that's what I'm looking for. Could you review US 10-year bonds? I don't really look at those anymore, to be honest. Is there a question that you have on them, Jacob? Beautiful opportunity on gold today. I actually was looking to short gold, but it didn't really go that way. And let me see. There was some lows down in here. Okay, lows right there, and then there's actually some lows right there too. So when we got this breakdown in price, I figured we may trade up and then lower from there. But when we got up into this retracement here, it didn't hit like a reversal very strongly. It kind of spent a lot of time in there. So I abandoned the idea that we would end up selling off. And so it's nice to see that we ended up trading higher, retracement, and now we're trading higher, and we might trade above those highs as well. So the thing is, I mean, yeah, we are trading, you know, higher. And silver, same thing, probably going to run those highs up here too, above 21.16, you know, something like that. I mean, that would be pretty easy because we're already almost there. And I think there was this divergence between gold and silver as well. So these lows at 1120, right? Like that low and higher low on gold is actually seen with a lower low on silver. So it makes sense that gold was under accumulation. And you know, if you consider that idea that if it is under accumulation, then down candles should be respected. And then you see that multiple times. You see that there. You actually see this down candle here respected there, and then you see these two down candles respected right now. And so that's kind of like this to me. We should see expansion above this high, probably near 1850, something like that. So you can watch that for gold if you want. And again, you know, this is not licensed financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not saying to press any buttons or anything like that. Okay, this is just analysis we're watching. Okay, if you ever decide to take a trade or pull the trigger, that is entirely on you, and that is not up to me at all. Okay, so there you go. How it correlated with mortgage interest rates, and what's the ideal pricing we can see when mortgage rates will be extended higher? Man, I have no idea. To be honest, I don't know. That's a good question though, and that, I think that dives a little bit more into fundamentals, which I'm not the greatest at when it comes to fundamentals. There's just too many factors, and I'd rather just look at the price. the price action of whatever it is that you're looking at. So unfortunately, that's probably the best I can do, Jacob. So there it is. What's your higher time frame bias on fiber and cable? Short. Even for New Zealand as well. I had zoomed out here yesterday. I took a screenshot. I wanted to see. We took a high during New York, London actually, yesterday on the first. Then we broke down, we retraced, and then I wanted to see expansion down below 61.31 for New Zealand. Australian dollar, not the same lows. It's a little bit different. Does look fairly weak though. As far as euro, we take everything off here. I think it was 104.80. Yeah, that low right in there, 104.80. Yeah, pretty much. So I want to see us trade down and into that. But you know, Friday is like my worst day typically throughout the week. Not all the time, but a lot of the times Friday is usually my worst day. So like, would I be shorting now or shorting today? No, I wouldn't do anything with fiber or cable today. Dollar looks super bullish, so I like the idea of cable and fiber lower. Yeah, next week. Yeah, no, I think so as well. And that's just also in alignment with New Zealand. If, I mean, even on the 1 hour, right? Like we took this high, broke down, retraced, and then we have these lows down in here. So I don't think that's going to get there today, but it would just help make the case for bearish foreign currency. Okay, and then if we look at the dollar index, yeah, that same high or that same low on euro is seen on a high with the dollar from January 6th up here at like 105.63. And so again, you know, bullish markets, down candles should be respected, and we see February 17th as a down candle there, and then just below that too, you got a little gap right there at around 104.10, 104.12. And that was like the low. So now I didn't mark that up beforehand. That was not a you know, like a foresight markup. This was, we reacted and started trading higher, and I looked at the higher time frames and then saw that, like, not like I was predicting that would be a long. So, you know, don't take that the wrong way. Okay, I didn't mark that up prior. It was a little bit afterward. But you know, given that both of those, okay, this down candle here and then that little gap right there, that to me, it would make sense logically that we would probably trade higher from here. And then again, like I said, bearish foreign currency from then on. So looking for bearish as well. Weirdly enough, my best days are Mondays and Fridays. Tuesday's my worst. Tuesdays is usually my best day. Wednesday, yeah, the first. Wednesday was a fucking phenomenal day for me. Okay, you know, and if you're one of those people that's big on language, this channel might not be for you. But it was this shit right here. It was that mitigation right there. Which I did record. That was on my Instagram. It's on my Instagram story. You can see that. I started recording right as it traded into that. And then we see it just get demolished down to that 2095 level. So if you haven't seen that story, or not story, if you haven't seen that reel on my Instagram, it's there. That was the same day also that I recorded the S&P on the 5-minute time frame going higher at the end of the day. So that's why I said it was phenomenal, because I mean, this trade right in here was, I mean, probably one of the, I'd say, top 10 greatest trades I've ever taken. You know what I mean? Just in terms of monetary value, which I'm not going to get into, right? Because there's no income claims. I'm not promising anybody whatever, you know, make money trading per se, but you know, monetarily for me, that was top 10 trade. What also makes that a top 10 trade is how precise the entry was, and then how little time we had in drawdown and how fast we actually ran to RTP. So very little time in drawdown, almost no retracements in a high monetary value trade. So it was just, I mean, if I had to only take, you know, one trade over and over again, it would be something like this. But it's a lot to ask for. Okay, it's a lot. I've been trading for 9 years. Okay, I'm in my 9th year, and not every trade is like that. Okay, I still take losing trades, or I take trades that sit in a little bit of drawdown and stuff like that. So, you know, don't get the wrong message here. I want to be realistic with you guys. Okay, this, yeah, it was a great trade, but you know, not every trade you take is going to be a top 10 trade. Okay, but anyway, so we'll just take a gander at a few different markets here. So we'll come back to gold and silver. Okay, so we'll see if we run those highs. Matter of fact, you know what I think we should do? We should do what we did the other day and start just setting alerts. How about that? Because that was really cool, because I told everybody to put an alert at 4008, and that triggered this morning, you know, and that's just cool to see. So let's go ahead and put a alert at the high, whatever high you have for gold. Let's put an alert up there. Let's do silver as well. So that high right there, anyone who's short, like who shorted this, they're clenching their ass cheeks right now going, ah, fuck, I hope I don't get stopped. So that's probably going to get jammed into here within probably the next few minutes or so. Let's do an alert on silver. Let's do an alert on gold as well. And the 36s. Okay, so let's do this too. Let's put an alert for if you guys want to mark up the futures, you can. If not, you can mark up whatever you have. But these equal lows on the S&P at 4017, I'm going to put an alert on that, just in case we're watching something else and we get a massive sell-off. I want to see if those lows get taken. Now the issue with that is that these lows right here aren't like super obvious. So if we don't get like just massive expansion to the downside today, then that might not trigger today, and that's okay. And then if we just take off and continue higher and higher on Monday, then you can just drop that alert and be done with it. So because like, so yesterday was this way too. Yesterday was slop, dude. I was annoyed yesterday. Like I had to really dive deep into Stoic philosophy yesterday, because I'm just like, fuck, man. Like it was so just I mean, I didn't like yesterday, you know. It just wasn't very clean to me. There was a lot of sideways movement. Like the morning was all right, but then like all of this in here, I was watching this and I was just like, dude, I felt like I just was wasting time, man. Because in hindsight, it's like, oh yeah, that consolidates. But dude, when you're in front of the PC from 9:30 to fucking 12:30, you know what I mean? So 10, 11, 12, I mean, you're sitting there for like 3 hours, bro. That's you know, that's like watching a whole Godfather movie, just watching the chart, not doing anything. And then later on, that was fun to watch. Okay, that was fun to watch, and I'm definitely glad I was not short on that. Okay, and then after that, we drifted higher all the way into the close. So you see this sustained movement here. Like if you look at 12, and then if you look at 3, so that was yesterday's afternoon. Okay, And so I'm looking at this and I'm thinking that anyone who is trying to short is fucked, okay? Because they're trying to short that, it goes higher. They're trying to short that, it goes higher. They're trying to short that, it goes higher. Trying to short that, it goes higher. Like, and then like even here, okay, pulled back a little bit in that last hour, that's fine. But I felt like people trying to short that market are just getting burned and frustrated, or if they're holding shorts, their accounts just getting fucking burned. You know what I mean? So I think something like that may occur today, you know, where it's like we did have that run up, we consolidated, and now we're just getting higher and higher pricing. So that is a possibility. Now, the only thing that negates that is yesterday, we didn't really meet higher time frame highs, whereas today we have. So we took the high from the 23rd of February, and we also took today the high of the February 27th and February. Oh no, it is the 23rd. It's just weird. It says 23 and then February 23 because 23 is the year, but anyway, so we took those two highs. So that to me may negate that idea, and that's why I'm saying, so depending on what we do up here, so at 40, 34 and a half and above, that's what I'm watching to see. What do we do from here? Because if we get a reversal, a fat reversal, and we start ripping lower, then I think those equal lows could be on the table for this afternoon. It may not even stop there and end up taking another low. Okay, but I just don't know yet. I think that last hour is going to have a little bit more important information. So this is like the beginning of the afternoon session. So we've rallied a little bit, but we met a higher time frame target that has liquidity. We've been rallying all day. You know what I mean? Our 8:30 open is here. We dropped down, you know, and from the open it's up about 30 points. It was up about 35 points at the current high of the day. All right, well, there's an alert on silver. So it barely crossed that one, the 21.15.8 level, I guess. I don't know why silver has so many digits like that. I don't understand that. But anyway, so there's an alert for silver, which is cool. If we happen to be in longs, which I'm not, if we happen to be in longs though, it'd be a good take partial here. You know what I mean? Trend line liquidity on US 30. All right, we'll take a look at that. And then, so mind you, we still have that alert on gold as well. So we'll see if it gets up there, or if we fail to get up there, and if we end up trading lower, this may become a mitigation. Now that's just an idea. That's just me thinking out loud. Okay, I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen, but it's just, I don't know. All right, so we'll see. You said, okay, so Dow then. So Dow, very similar story to the S&P. We traded above a high time frame from the 23rd, 33,300 and some change. So we are above that, and we've ripped yesterday and we've ripped today. So if we see some type of reversal, then I wouldn't be surprised. But so I don't know which time frame you're looking at, but we do have a lot of consecutive higher lows. Is that what you're looking at? Like some shit like this? You got me drawing all this dumb shit on my chart. It's cool, because I do this sometimes too. So you're talking about that or something similar? I mean, there's no correct way to draw a trend line, you know what I mean? Because they're that subjective. You know, do you use the body? Do you use the low? Which low do you use? You know, and like it's It's just horrendous. So, you know what I mean? But I see your point. I definitely see your point. What would convince me that this is a high, or that this would be the high of the day, is if we get a divergence on the small time frame up there. That would convince me. So NASDAQ above 12,263, 64. So what I mean is, like, we traded above that, we pulled back. So what I'm saying is, if we had like overlapped all three of the indices together, and one of them makes like a higher high and the other two make a lower high, then that to me would be convincing that we would sell off from there. So we may not, I don't know. I don't have a strong conviction for that. I mean, again, for those of you that just came in, Friday is my worst day. So if you guys followed up with what we talked about last week on NASDAQ, there was a NASDAQ short that we looked for. We marked up a imbalance and a potential mitigation, and if you took that, that was a wick entry, but we didn't really scream anywhere. So what was Friday last week? The 24th? The 24th. Right. The 24th. Was it? Or was it a Monday? Was it the 6th? I gotta start writing this shit down. Or the 27th. Was it Monday the 27th? Yes, it was. Okay. So sorry, it was Monday of earlier this week. It was this shit right here. That. If you remember, like in the last 2 minutes before we got off, I said, watch that. I didn't say trade it. Okay? So don't hear what you want to hear. All right. But I told you to watch that. And so what we do, we traded right into that again, wick entry if you took it, and then we sank right down to this low. So that was definitely an easy scalp on a 5-minute time frame. But to be fair, we did talk about these levels down in here, which we did not get. Okay, so that was kind of shit, because then we came back up and then back within that in the after hours anyway. So, you know, I mean, it wasn't the greatest trade idea in the world. It panned out to a degree, but that's just a quick follow-up with what we were watching on Monday. So that's kind of cool. But you know, we're all students of price, right? This is what we do. We study and go from there. So yeah. So if you've liked today's presentation so far, you know, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and hit the like button as well. That helps out the YouTube algorithm, right? To help get us in front of more people and to get more subs, you know what I mean? And to get more viewers and all of that business. So we shall see. Again, what we do, I'm just going to pull up the S&P and kind of leave it at that until we get an alert somewhere else or whatever the case may be. So the afternoon session is from 12 to 3. So we have about 2.5 hours left. So I don't know if I'm going to stream that entire time. Maybe. I mean, if there's enough of you here, then I guess so. We'll see. We'll just have to play it by ear, you know? You guys good with that? Or no? can finally eat regular food again. I haven't, you know, I was eating like softer stuff there for the last couple of weeks. Dentist, you know, just drilled my shit, man. Just drilled the fuck out of my teeth, man. Y'all ever been to the dentist and they give you like a local anesthesia? Every time I go, I have to like double up on the anesthesia. I'm like, it's not enough. Yeah, I need more. I need more. You know? He's like, can you feel that? I'm like, fuck yeah, I can feel that, bro. What do you mean? Of course. He's like, all right, I'll give you more anesthesia. I mean, you know, at a certain point, I mean, like half my face works, you know? I'm like talking with the right side and my whole left side is just like gone. That's the way I like it, though. That is the way I like it. So, sick in bed, got all evening, did not eat since Sunday. You haven't eaten since Sunday? I did that one time too. I went, I think, 6 days. It was either the 6th day or the 7th day. I was fucked. I mean, like I woke up, or I either woke up or was trying to go to bed, and I was sweating, and I didn't know what dehydration was. So like, obviously I thought I was like dying or some shit. I was sweating, but I was cold. I was shaking a little bit. It was not fun, bro. And that was, I remember that too, because that was after I had braces, and every, I don't know, a couple months or so, I'd have to get them tightened. And I don't know why, but they just, I mean, this is why I hate dentists. Because, I mean, dude, it's just like they took a baseball bat and swung it right at my teeth. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it probably felt like. So I didn't want to eat anything. I mean, it hurt just to talk. It hurt to do nothing. I mean, it just hurt to be alive. And so, of course, you know, am I going to eat food? No. I might drink a little bit through a straw. But yeah, it was bad, man. It was bad. And ever since then, I have just been disgusted with dentists. You know what else too? They're expensive, bro. They're expensive. Like, I did the math on how much time I was there and how much I spent, and I'm like, bro, this shit is like $1,000 an hour. You know what I mean? I'm like, look, I know you got to make your money, but $1,000 an hour practically, whew, it's crazy. It's crazy. We got to take more trades, like that silver trade. You know what I mean? But it's cool. You don't have to go to the dentist all that often, but it was my fault anyway, because I hadn't been to the dentist in like 9 years. So for what they told me, you know, just a couple cavities. I needed like 1 crown, which I've already done. But I guess for 9 years, it wasn't really all that bad, you know? So it's cool. The military was supposed to do stuff to my teeth. They didn't. No surprise there. So if the S&P, if we get back below 4034 and a half, like if we come down to something like that, I want to see what we do from there, you know? Because if we're distributing, like if price, this is what I'm saying, like this is what I'm trying to envision. And again, this is not what I think price is going to do, but this is like the best way that I can probably conceptualize the idea is if we have traded higher, right? if we distribute above this high, then to me it would make sense if we ended up doing something like that. You know what I mean? Where we've been bullish all day and then distribute above an old high, because smart money sells above old highs, right? Because there's buyers up here, because anyone who's been short with buy stops up here, they're going to buy this new high, right? So smart money is going to, you know, get the fuck out of there, bank their profits on a Friday before the close. Then it would make sense for this to sell off. Okay. Now again, this could happen, or it could just say nah and just keep ripping higher. It could definitely do that. But this to me is just what I'm thinking. I'm just spitting out ideas, okay? So we'll see how it goes. If these equal lows were like super obvious, that would be way better. Or framing a short idea. But like I said, if traders have been trying to go short all day, I feel like if I join that bandwagon and try to force shorts, then we may be on the wrong side of the market. So we won't know until time progresses. So the best part of it, any is the smoothies. Healthcare is trash. Oh yeah, a lot of things in the US are trash. I mean, we're behind on healthcare. We're definitely behind on education. I don't even want to get into that today. We're behind on everything, dude. We're not, you know, where we should be or where we used to be. And that's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. I still think it's the greatest country in the world. Don't get me wrong, it's my home. But there's a lot of things fucked up, man. Healthcare being one of them. The price of healthcare being definitely one of them. Because they, you know, I found out a few years ago that hospitals will charge other people more in order to cover expenses for what other people couldn't pay. I think we've been over this before. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, that's a thing? Like, that really happens? And yeah, it does. And I'm like, holy shit. Imagine if you went to a restaurant and you ordered a steak, but the price, let's say it was a $20 steak, but then you get a bill for $30, you know? And it's like, oh, well, you know, this other person over here, they got a $20 steak, but they only had $10 with them. So we're going to charge you $30 to cover for this other person who couldn't pay. You know what I mean? Like, just imagine some shit like that. Bro, I'd be livid. I'd be like, I'm going to pay you what I owe you and nothing more. How about that? My dad had went to the hospital a few years ago, and afterward he was getting bills, you know, from a bunch of different doctors. Spent a few days in the ER and everything. He's good now, at least I think so. And he is. I just talked to him the other day, and you know, they were just sending him bills after bills after bills, and some of them are itemized, I'm assuming. And like, let's just say gloves, for example. I know I visited him a couple times in the ER. We had to put on some gloves, I think, or the gloves might have been there for the nurses too. Hand sanitizer, you know, shit like that. Masks, definitely. It was bullshit, but I'm not gonna get into that either. And you can get a pack of, let's say, masks for like $5 or $6, $7, and the hospitals were charging like $20, $25 for the same shit. You see, that's what smart money does, man. That's what smart money does. They're gonna load up those boxes of bullshit masks for $5 or $6, and then they're gonna sell it to people who are willing to pay 20, 25 bucks for them. Now, the only thing I have for the hospital is 2 middle fingers. How about that? You know what I mean? So, in life, it's all the same shit, man. It's all the same. And this is what price action will teach you about life, dude. It's about business, entrepreneurship. It's all the same shit. Buy low, sell high. How does a hospital make money? Charge you out the ass, right? Overprice everything and keep people unhealthy. Why do you think Americans are so fat? Because the healthcare industry makes billions every year, every fucking year. The more fat people that we have in the US, the more rich that they get. And that's why everything we eat is trash. Loaded with sugar, loaded with ingredients that are banned in Europe and banned in pretty much everywhere else in the world. But the FDA, right? They just approve all kind of shit. Oh yeah, it's cool. Just go ahead and eat that poison, drink this poison. Oh, we don't care about you. We're just gonna make money. How about that? You know, it's corrupt. Everything is corrupt, dude. Markets are corrupt. Healthcare is corrupt. Education is corrupt. Everything's corrupt, bro. Everything. Every single thing. And I don't want to get too far into it, because you know we can really go far left field. But I mean, think about how many religions there are too. There's thousands of them too. You know, so there's just always a way for. And I'm not saying religion's a scam, because you know certain people believe certain things, and that's fine. You know, but I'm just saying, if there's 1,000 religions, you can't have 1,000 religions that are correct. Someone's bound to be wrong within that, you know, area. You know what I mean? So, but anyways, you know, because some people use that to scam too. They have commercials, you know. Oh, pay $1,000 and receive a miracle. What the fuck? You can't pay for a miracle, bro. You can pray for a miracle, but you can't pay for a miracle. Come on. But people are gullible. People believe it. It's all a scam, dude. Everything you know is a scam. I gotta read some of your comments here. Just give me a second. There's got to be a way I can move the chat like over here instead of like way the fuck over here. Do you still read The Mental Game of Trading? Absolute game changer. Spent a lot of months on that book and changed everything for me. I might have put it in the other room. I read a good portion of it. I didn't finish it though. It did get a little bit boring to me. It's a good book. I couldn't push my way through it. I have so many other books, and so I just put that one on the back burner. But I think Jared Turner, I think is his name, or Jared Tendler, something like that. I think I know who you're talking about. But he's cool. I'm not trying to call the man boring. He does great work, but I didn't finish that book. I think Mark Douglas and stoic ideas, stoic philosophy, I think probably helped me with trading more than anything else. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, you know, shit like that. And I had a book. Oh, I put it over there. But I think I showed you guys. I'll pull it up on Amazon real quick. This is what I'm reading right now. I shared it on my story yesterday too, and on my Twitter earlier, yesterday actually. But I'll show you here again, because why not? Oh, I got more computer RAM coming in tomorrow. That's great. This one. A Guide to the Good Life, the Ancient Art of Stoic Joy. You know, I mean, look, dude, look at the reviews. You know what I mean? I mean, 3,600 reviews. First of all, that's a lot. 4.5 stars. You know, look at it. I mean, it's a very shortened overview of like Stoic philosophy. I mean, because it's only 336 pages. I mean, dude, it's like Seneca's letters is like easily probably a couple thousand pages. You know what I mean? Marcus Aurelius and everything else. So it's a very, very condensed like overview of Stoic ideas. And I think I mentioned this on Monday or some previous recording, but a lot of like Stoic ideas to me helped the mental game of trading as well, outside of someone like the legendary Mark Douglas. So it's just whatever resonates with you. You know, I'm not going to force anyone like you have to read Jared Tendler, you have to read Marcus Aurelius, or you know, you have to read Mark Douglas. You know, some people don't like Mark Douglas at all. Makes no fucking sense to me, but some people just don't like Mark Douglas, you know. So we each have our own thing. Task on how to change a deep understanding of psychology instead of trading and probabilities, blah blah blah. Well, probabilistic thinking does help. It definitely helped me, not to put too much emphasis on a single trade, but I think Jared, doesn't he talk about like A game, B game, C game, and you know, to kind of like follow up with how you're performing and stuff like that. That was what his idea was, right? Because I think I watched the interview on him the other day or a couple weeks ago, and I think that's what he was talking about. Or he had previously worked with like poker players or some type of other industry outside of trading. I'm pretty sure, if I remember that correctly. Jacob says they changed the price from when you ask for it and when you get the bill. That's crazy. Let's criticize my country, the Netherlands, but compared to the US, it's good. What are the taxes like in the Netherlands? Don't you want to move out of the US? I mean, I could. What's good, Nikki? I could, but I don't know. Houston has always been my home. So, we shall see. So this 1 hour close in about 10 minutes is looking a little shaky. It's looking a little shaky. See if we get some shake and bake here in just a minute. Which is nothing specific. It's just, we like to name shit just, you know, the wham bam thank you ma'am candle, you know, like just having fun with it. Delano, taxes for trading, is that a question or are you, what are we talking about? I'm not a tax advisor. The only thing I would advise is to consider following all applicable laws in whatever state or country you live in. I don't recommend breaking laws. That's about the only advice you'll ever get from me. And if you have any questions, talk to a tax advisor, talk to a financial advisor. I'm not one. I'm not a doctor either. If you have questions, go talk to a healthcare professional. I'm not a psychologist either, so talk to a whatever, I forgot what they're called. They're doctors too, kinda. I mean, yes, but not really, you know. The Netherlands taxes are great for own capital, but 5% per year from what's on your bank account, not your broker. Huh. No, I meant taxes in general for the Netherlands. Like, if I go, so like if I go to the store right now and I go buy a $1 drink, you know, not, I don't have one over here. Oh, it's on the floor. Like if I go buy this drink, right, it's $1, but when I get to the counter, it's $1.08, right? It's $1.08 because we have a 8.25% sales tax here in Texas. Now, some cities like New York, they have a city and a state tax, which I thought was the most dumbest shit. I was in DC one time, or somewhere one time, and it's like I looked at the receipt and it was like 6% tax on this and like an 8% tax on some other shit. I'm like, holy, 16% tax? Oh my god. You know, Texas doesn't have that. So it's $1.08, right? Or if I go buy a $99 worth of groceries, it's going to be $108. So that's what I'm asking. If you go and buy something for $1, how much does it really cost? $23%. That's probably why your healthcare system is better, because that's probably what it goes into. And I don't know what I don't know really anything about the Netherlands, but I just know that if you have good healthcare and high taxes, then it's probably where it goes. Oh, and that reminds me, I'm just looking at my email right now and looking at Telegram. I bought some physical. I bought more physical silver the other day. On the 1st, and so that should be coming in. Whenever that comes in, I'll probably show you guys. If I don't, I will likely make a video on it, and I'll just show you a couple of things that I have. The silver coins that I have, the bar. Well, there's a couple bars. There's a brick and a few coins. You know, and again, that's not a recommendation to purchase physical silver or physical gold, anything like that. I'm not saying to go buy anything, but I'm just saying I'm buying some. I bought some. When that comes in, I will show you what it looks like. It looks a lot better in person than it does online too. Just so you know. So now we're starting to consolidate again. Right, we consolidated down in here. We consolidated a little bit during lunch. That's not a big surprise. And then we're consolidating a little bit here too. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Like, okay, cool. Are we gonna get this breakdown and go lower, or are we gonna say nah and just maybe go higher? Okay, so I don't know. I think if I had to say, I would prefer downside. And we ended up getting that alert on there's gold. Look at the fucking timing on that. I was just about to say we never got the alert on gold. And we just traded into that. Here, let me just sit on a 15-minute real quick. So there's that high. See, I told you if anybody was short, they're clenching their ass cheeks going, I hope I don't get stopped. Boom. They're stopped. They're out of there. Take the L. Take the L. Oh, look at this. 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 Look at this shit. Mitigation. Down candle. Run on liquidity. Look at that. That's blessed. That's pretty blessed. So now, why am I showing you this? You know, well, you didn't take the trade, John. Well, no, I didn't. I was watching the S&P right in front of y'all. I wasn't watching gold. But I want you to notice what we did here. Okay, if you're ever gonna take notes, now is the fucking time. Okay, and I might clip this for a video, I don't know, but listen to me for just a minute. Okay, a lot of people want to know like the entire process, okay, of, well, this might happen, or, you know, if price is going to run to here, how can I get in, right? Everybody wants to know where the market's going to go. Well, I outlined 1849, maybe 1849.50. I don't know what I said specifically in fucking an hour ago, but I remember that we talked about that this high might be taken. Okay, great. So if that's what we firmly believe and we're willing to put a trade on that, then we can look to enter the market somewhere. Okay, well, we get this run up here. Okay, great. So we've shown a willingness to trade up here, but then we pull back and pull back into what? A mitigation. Okay, so you can long that hypothetically, right? Or if we get another reaction, that down candle, boom, there's your run. Now, something like this happens on every time frame, dude. Now, this is a 1 minute chart. I mean, you know, I don't really trade the 1 minute chart too much for gold, but what if this was a different time period? You know, a different time frame. Because you could have easily said earlier this high was swept and then we came down. Okay, well, if this isn't going to sell off and we're going to trade up above here, then we can look to long down candles. So you could have long down there as well. And that retracement in here for that down candle is what later created that mitigation setup, because this low was lower. You see that? So that low, high, lower, low, we traded through that aggressively. There's your mitigation. There's your down candle. And there's the fucking rip, dude. There is the rip. Okay, I wish we would have watched gold instead, because S&P hasn't been doing shit and gold was the one that was busting moves. So it's unfortunate we didn't get to watch that. But notice what we did. We started this stream at 12. Okay, give or take like a couple of minutes or so. And this occurred at 12:42. That was 16 minutes ago. And then this down candle, that was 6 minutes ago. So this was all like live, you know what I'm saying? It's, again, it's just unfortunate I was watching the S&P instead of gold. What the fuck you want me to do? You know? Now silver, it didn't have that same setup. Remember, silver ran earlier, whereas gold didn't. Gold took a little while, and that's okay. Look what it was doing. That's what it was doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a study. That's all I'm saying. And yeah, dude, I'm telling you, I will always include my disclaimers, dude. I'm telling you, man, the IRS, the FTC, CFTC, they do not play. They don't. Trust. Okay? Trust me. Trust me. You don't want problems with the US government. Okay, they may not have, you know, we may not have the greatest healthcare in the world or the education system or anything like that, but I can tell you they have fucking resources over there. You know what I mean? You don't pay your taxes, they got people coming for you. You know what I mean? If you give trading advice and you're not a licensed financial advisor, they got fucking resources for that. They are coming after you. Period. And I don't want that to happen. And that is the truth. The truth is I'm not a licensed financial advisor. What we're doing here is not financial advice. All we're doing is studying price. I'm not saying buy. I'm not saying sell. We're just studying price, my G. Look, oh, look at this. Look at this. Big old bull flag forming. So we'll see what happens there. Let's put this back over here. I don't know why I moved that. I just felt like doing something. See, when price doesn't do shit, you just start doing shit. Look at this. Look, there's your flagpole. And there's your there's your bull flag, right? Bull flags in bull markets. We'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see. But that's what that looks like. So again, we're coming up on that close of the hour. Oh, that was the close. Okay. All right, that's fine. It's a little shaky up there. Above 40.34 and a half. And that 1 minute. Again, forming that higher time frame bull flag. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, man. The thing is, if it's going to run into the close, this run on equal lows, in my opinion, would actually be a long. If this is a bull flag and they want to rip ass lower, then if this breaks down and retraces, then we would likely trade lower. But again, I'm not confident in either way, because technically those are equal lows, at least on the micros and on the E-mini as well. You see that? So either this is going to be a reversal or this is going to be a breakdown in price. And again, I'm going to say this one more time. Given what we've done today and yesterday, I don't have a high conviction in either direction. I'm not convinced that we're going to short, and I'm not convinced that we're going to long. And I know that's not what some of you want to hear. Some of you want to hear, well, fuck. Put me in a trade, man. John, I want to make some money, man. We're not here for that. Okay, we're not here for that. So we'll see. We'll keep watching. And I'm not a legend. Not yet. And that's never the goal. The goal is to do the best we can. Matter of fact, that's why I want you to read that book. That book I showed earlier. Because he talks about I keep forgetting how he says it. It's I know it as premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils, right? What could go wrong? And so basically his idea is, don't wish for winning the game of tennis, because if you lose at tennis, you'll be disappointed. He basically says, look, instead, your goal should be doing your best. And if you lose the match, you won't be disappointed. You'll actually be, you know, you won't be in distress because that was never your goal. And I went, wow, that's not bad. So if you translate that into trading, don't wish for a winning trade. I would say wish for doing your best. Wish for following your trade plan. Wish for following your risk management. I don't like losing, but I tell you what, if I had a choice between losing a lot and losing a little bit, I'll choose a little bit every fucking time. You know what I mean? Because losses will happen. It's just a matter of, do you want to lose big or do you want to lose a little? I don't like losing. I don't like losing big. That is never fun. I promise. It's never fun. But if you limit yourself to only losing a little bit, or maybe a medium amount, it's all relative, then in reality, you shouldn't be all that disappointed. If you followed your trade plan but still took a losing trade, you should not be disappointed. You should be glad that you actually followed your trade plan. Does that make sense? And now, hopefully you understand a little bit more on what I was trying to explain earlier about why Stoic philosophy and Stoic ideas helped me more in trading than the mental game of trading. So there's kind of like one idea for you. Would it have also been possible to sell the mitigation on NASDAQ? I don't think so. I don't think so, big fella. Are you talking about this? You talking about that? I mean, in hindsight, it would have worked, but it never traded below that low and then came back up and either hit your stop, or if you went break even, that would have been a break even trade. So see what I said earlier? Everyone's trying to short all day, and every time they do go short, it gives them a little bit, but then it comes right back up. You know? So that same thing pretty much is what would have transpired there. Difference here though. Notice that S&P equal lows, we traded into that. The NASDAQ did not. The NASDAQ traded higher instead. So I don't know what was going on there. I don't know what's going on there. And the Dow. The Dow 1 minute chart is usually the ugliest shit in the world. That's why you never see me trade Dow, really. Like, you never see me post about Dow or call moves on Dow or, you know, really anything. I think Dow is just horrendous. But anyway, if we get an end of day sell off, I think the Dow has an easy target of 33,237. Because think about it. If traders have been long all day, right? It's been long all day. Then if we get a sell off, where's the nearest low? There's no lows anywhere other than that. Like, we have one here, but when you look to the left, the only nearest low is those two. So if we get the rip stain, I could easily see 33,235 or 33,220. That could easily be a downside objective. Again, if we get the rip. I don't know if we are. I'm watching to see what we do here from those equal lows. Remember I said if we're bullish, if we have a conviction of bullishness, that would be a long. Okay, there's an imbalance right there. Imbalance below equal lows. And so I'm watching to see how we react. So I don't know. We are going to see. Dow, same thing. Not equal lows though, but again, that same, like, there was an imbalance right there, which it does trade into. Right? So think about that. That idea right here, okay, where I said if you're convinced that this would go long, that we would go long there, right? What idea is that? Down here, folks. Your stop loss is my entry, big fella. That's where that came from. That is where that came from. Entering where other people are getting stopped out. Therefore, the idea, your stop loss is my entry. There it is. And that's how you're able to buy lows. You see what I'm saying? I mean, is that a cool idea or not? You know, I didn't think it would blow up on Twitter like it did, but you know, it's not what we're here for. We're not here for the fame. We're here to do our best. You know what I mean? But is the idea cool or is it not? Like, it's fucking dumb. I don't always have the greatest ideas. Seems like a divergence forming between NASDAQ and Dow. I don't know. I don't know. To a degree, it does look that way. It does look that way. So we do have a higher high posted for the NASDAQ. The S&P hasn't done that. And if it has, it just hasn't done that yet. And the Dow, same thing. If it's going to, it might, but it hasn't done that yet. So we'll see. We'll have to take a look. But again, we'll come back to the S&P and watch it. All right, getting up there to the 42s. Did you see that little spike right there? Let me see. On a 1 hour time frame, you do have, matter of fact, let's just do lines instead of a box. You do have an imbalance from 40.44 to 40.47 on the, again, on the 1 hour time frame. So posted on a 5-minute chart, or matter of fact a 1 minute chart, that's what that looks like. And we're going to take this pink line off there because we already know that 40.34 level is some previous highs. So this would be an imbalance above some previous highs. So we'll see if that runs up into there. Okay, we'll see if it does that. All right, I gotta play some different music because I just recognized the song, which means it's copyrighted music. I don't want to get in trouble. I'm trying to monetize my shit, not trying to have videos get flagged. You know what I mean? Been long since yesterday. Just secured the bag and closed. 380 points booked. Sheesh. Just caught a 1 to 5. Sheesh. Nice job. Nice job. Can you guys hear this music? Maybe. It looks... You should be able to hear that. I started rocking with the music there for a minute. I'm like, wait a minute. I know that song. I'll just keep it right here. All right. So, I mean, look, it has exploded up there. So we'll see if we get that run to the 40.40s, the 40.44. Little alliteration price right up in there. And it's only 1:15, so we still have an hour and 45 minutes left on the day. So we'll see what it does. Vincent, so that 1 to 5, what did you catch? What was your trade there? Did you long under those lows? I'm curious, my friend. I am curious. So the Dow should be posted higher too. Yeah. There's that higher high on Dow as well. So now we have a higher high on all three. There's your higher NASDAQ. There's your higher Dow. There's your higher S&P. Know what I'm saying? So we had a divergence there for a minute, but we don't like when you see something like that, there's got to be some more context to it, right? Like price has to not just be at the right time, but it has to be at the right place as well, right? So that 1 hour imbalance seems pretty likely. So if we marked that up beforehand and we expected a sell-off at the end of the day, then I would have said, all right, let's see if we get a divergence after we hit this imbalance. Then that would make more sense. That would give me more conviction that, okay, we may end up selling off at the end of the day. But I didn't check that. I didn't check the 1 hour until you saw me do it. And now we've got a reason for price wanting to trade higher into the 44s. We'll just say mid 40s. That's easier to say. Would you look at the lows, not the highs for the upside? Because I saw NASDAQ didn't take lows, but Dow did and hit a mitigation. Right. Yeah, I pointed that out earlier. How these lows here were not met on NASDAQ. We went higher instead. Okay. So we went higher there. Whereas the S&P and the Dow were both lower. Okay. So study that. So S&P ran lows and hit an imbalance while the NASDAQ was higher. Okay. Now, I mean, I wouldn't have traded this, but looking at price and studying it, there's an imbalance right there. Right? So it trades off of that, off of these lows. S&P responds to that, those equal lows, and then there's a retracement here. And then you see the rip and how consecutively higher we've been. Dow is dog shit. S&P, very similar. Matter of fact, let's see if there's anything on like a 15-second time frame. It's kind of shaky as well. But again, based off the reaction, there's an imbalance right here. Super small time frame. I don't always trade off of that, but you know, there's a little area right there for you. Instant reaction. It's just not, you know, I mean, you're trading like a 15-second or a 1 minute time frame, your stops are going to be pretty tight. And if you get it wrong, you're going to get stopped out quick. So let's see if we get a retracement or if we just run to the 40-40s. I don't know. I don't know. She ripped. Who ripped? The indices. What are you talking about? Let me just check gold for a minute. I want to see what we're doing there. Not much the last 20 minutes or so. We did hit 1850. So there's a little bit of time there too. Silver, not doing a whole lot above that previous high here. Kind of just chilling. So we'll see. Let me look at oh, we got a nice rally here actually on foreign currencies. The last hour or so. Look at the dollar real quick. So the high of the day for the dollar index, that's interesting when you zoom in on this. I saw this earlier and I don't know why I didn't mark it up, but look at that. 9 o'clock we came up, smacked into that. Or was that yesterday? No, that was this morning. That ended up being our high of the day. So that's interesting there. Let me see something real quick. So we made a high of the day on the dollar at 9 a.m. More specifically, 9:05. $9.05. There's a low on the S&P. And watch this. 8:30 to 9:05. That's a lower low on the S&P. Okay. Look at this. That 8:30 to 9:05, you have a higher low on the Nasdaq. And I watched this. I don't know why I didn't long. I don't know why. I really don't. It traded right into that at 10:10. 618 imbalance. Just beautiful. Why didn't I long that, man? Literally, I watched it trade up and I went, oh, we left an imbalance. And at 80 level too. 12,180. Damn, man. I must have been asleep. Energy drinks might not be cutting it anymore, man. I might need to double up on that. Tell me, chat, why didn't I long that this morning? From that low up to this high? Oh, I didn't hit 618. It got close to it though. Man, that's a shame, dude. That's a shame. Yeah, sometimes you trade and sometimes you don't, man. More water, less energy drinks. Health is wealth. You're right. You're right. Health is wealth. But I still got my energy drink today. So we'll see what we do next week. No promises though. No promises. Okay. Well, it looks like let me see. 43.75, which is the low end of that imbalance. We traded right to that, but I don't think we're done. I do not think we are done, chat. I don't think we're done. Next week it's on and popping, right? Full week of streams minus Thursday. Yeah. For those of you that just came in or who have not been here the entire time, if you go to my Instagram, okay, at John Fibonacci, if you look at my story, oh, sorry about that. If you look at my story, you will see that the schedule is Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, and Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. So we'll be going live here 4 times a week on YouTube, just like today at Monday and Friday, the afternoon session, and then what did I say? Tuesdays and Wednesdays will be a shorter version of the afternoon. So you can come hang out, you come learn some shit. We'll discuss things. We'll study price. We'll have a good time. We will have a good time. You guys good with that? Again, I want to see, I don't know, 40, 45, 40, 46 maybe. Is what I'm looking for. It's not ever guaranteed. They're never guaranteed. It's the sport, man. It's the competitiveness, bro. It's the competitiveness. I used to not be all that great at price action, and it took a really, really long time and a lot of studying to really get a much better grip on it. I don't have the greatest grip on price action, not saying that, but compared with 5 years ago, oh yeah, oh yeah. You gotta run, Jacob. See you later, man. Have a good one. Have a good weekend. Gonna try and be on for all streams next week. Appreciate that, Nicholas. Willis says, I love you, broski. I love you too, man. Yes, sir. Great with that. All right, cool. Yeah, we'll have a lot of fun next week. Oh, I got some exciting shit coming, dude. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. There's 4044. Let's see if we get 4045. Just a nice 5 level. It's only 4 ticks away. Let's see if we do end up getting that. So from 30, or from 4034, or even 34 and a half, 44 and a half would be 10 points. Which in the micros would be $50 per contract. Not bad. On the E-mini, that would be $500 per contract. So don't think that, oh, 10 points, that ain't shit. No, motherfucker, that will pay a bill. You know what I'm saying? The E-minis, now, you gotta remember, yes, it's good to make money, but if you're on the wrong side, you can easily lose just as much. So making 500 sounds great. It's fucking fun. But losing 500 is not fun. So just know that there's both sides of the coin, okay? Don't just look at it as I could have made this or I could have made that. You got to think about, well, I could have lost this or I could have lost that. Okay, you got to be realistic here. You got to be realistic. Make sense? So the NASDAQ pushing a little bit, but not really. There's not really a lot of great emphasis on the NASDAQ up here. But if I was in a trade, I think that 44 and a half level might be good, or even like 44 even might have been enough for me to hop out, even if I expected higher. From experience, trying to get the absolute high usually does not work out for me the way that I would like it. So sometimes I get out a little bit before, and that's okay. What would you say really changed the game for you when understanding price action? Number one, biggest thing is manipulation. Shit like this, where I said if you wanted to be long, or if you were still conviction of long, that would be a buy. And look at that as an intra-session low. It's our current low of the session. Okay, that, understanding that. Okay, oh man, there's 4045. Blessed. We're actually above that a little bit. Current high 4045.75, so almost 4046. So we're right like at halfway of that 1 hour imbalance. There's 4046. Pretty cool if you ask me, man. Pretty cool if you ask me. And notice that. Notice this. I said this earlier and I showed you earlier. In bull markets, down candles should be respected, right? What do you see right there? If we rewinded back to 2021 or 121, 122, remember I was saying mid 40s. Price is respecting these down candles right there. Bam, ran straight to the mid 40s. Okay. Now I'm not taking, credit because I didn't long that. I'm telling you, I did not put a live trade on that. But for the sake of studying price, that's not bad. That's not bad. So are you guys learning anything? Are you having fun at least? Watching price, seeing it trade to where we think it's gonna go. We tried to possibly make a case for shorts, but that was negated by the reaction we got here, because I wanted to see the reaction off these equal lows. We also noticed the divergence there with the NASDAQ a little bit later. You know what I'm saying? And then once we saw that 1 hour imbalance, which should have been on our chart prior, okay, me making that mistake of not putting it up there, that was on me. I didn't do my top down analysis for you guys, and well, I'm not perfect. But you saw as soon as we outlined that 1 hour imbalance, okay, cool, that's what we're likely to trade into. Then you see those down candles respected. Like, come on, man. Come on. Is that not beautiful? Is that not like a chef's kiss? You know what I mean? And we're going to have those pretty soon too. So stay tuned for that. Okay, stay tuned for that. I almost can't even hold it in, man. If you go and look at my channel, let me pull this up for a minute. Because if you look at my channel artwork, it's already there. The schedule is already there. Here. Okay. Live futures analysis Monday and Friday at 1, Tuesday and Wednesday at 2. Okay. Wham bam. And you see this little golden sniper guy right here. That's going to be important. That's going to be important later on. Okay. So, but yeah. Now we see what we do from here. Because really, we could just keep going. We could just trade right through this imbalance and keep going up. So let's imagine for a second, if we had only one contract from down here, or even like that retracement, I would say as soon as 44 hit, I'd probably get out at 44. So that would have been done. I'd be like, it's Friday, man. I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm doing what I gotta do. You know what I mean? If we had 2 contracts or more, I would say get out majority position at 44. I'd probably, if we were from down here, I'd definitely move my stop probably to 38 or even 40, just to be able to lock something in. And then I would hold on to see if this thing really wants to rip the rest of the afternoon. Hour and a half left. Because it could continue. And I don't know. But I would lock something in. And then lock the rest of the position, however many contracts, or if you use lot sizes, whatever lot size you have left, I would bump that to lock something in. And I'd say, okay, cool. Now I'm just going to walk away. Lock something in and walk away. That's exactly what I would do. So look at that. You get price action. You get price action. You get trade management. The bull flag worked. It did. But the bull flag didn't work until it ran these lows. So it manipulated. It got traders in short and then ripped. Because a bull flag, if you look on Google, not what I recommend, but if you look at Google, it's usually like some shit like this. Whereas these lows were ran first. So it wasn't how it is on Google. You know? They finessed the bull flag traders, trying to short going lower. Now, if they went long to go higher, yeah, they probably did okay. But then the argument becomes, why would you long here when you could have longed down here? as mentioned. That was fucking mentioned when we were there. I said this would be a long if we were bullish. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's a difference of, you know, 6 points, which is $300 a contract. At least on E-minis, not micros. It'd be $30 a contract on micros. So definitely a lot cooled off, but still, you know, it's not optimal to buy on the way up. You want to buy low, not buy high. So that's all I'm saying. So let's see what we do from here. Let's see what we do from this 1 hour imbalance. Okay, so if you haven't seen it, this is what it looks like if I take all the drawings off. Okay, so if we really zoom out on this, look, you see how you have all this up here, and then you have all this down here, and when you zoom in on this, there's one price leg lower, right? There is one price leg lower here. Okay, now you've got all this up here, which is, you know, back and forth, and then you do have this imbalance here, but that was traded into there. So the only thing open that you have left are those two levels right here, 40.47 and a quarter, and then 40.43 and 3/4, which is what we outlined, right? Oops. And so now we are responding. And again, this could push through that and keep going. I want to see what we do from here. Just like I said earlier, I want to see what we do from here. I'm watching the reaction. I'm watching the reaction, okay? But I didn't say I am short or I am long. I said nothing of the sort. Okay? This is what I've been doing when I'm home. Always makes it 1,000 times better with your guidance / analysis. Well, I'm glad I can help you guys out, man. I'm glad I can help you out. I need that golden sniper as an NFT. The golden ghillie. FTMO sent out a community email about trading chart patterns. I just chuckled. Well, yeah, they want you to trade chart patterns. They want you to just fuck it up, so that way you can purchase another what's it called? Challenge. They want you to buy another challenge, man. That's what they want. That is what they want. Okay. So we're gonna slice this in half like a pizza. I may get a pizza later. I don't know. I've been eating healthy the last couple of days. Friday's usually my cheat day, though. So we'll see how it goes. But let me see. I'm just trying to draw this correctly. All right, there's your halfway point. So looks like we're getting a little bit of finesse there. Man, trading view never. There we go. So if we draw a line at halfway, and I used to do this a lot. I don't really do it anymore, but there's your halfway point, and we'll make it a different color, so that way it's not so like in your face. You know what I mean? Try to make things calm. That's why this chart is called calm. I don't know if you guys can see that. Up here it says calm right there, because you can't see it on TradingView, but you can see it on the website because the web browser has all that stuff at the top, like with the URL and shit. That's why I don't like it, because I get more room on the chart with the app, but the app is goofing up. So we always appreciate technical difficulties, you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. So let's see if this is our high of the day. Fractal high, 3-bar fractal high at least. So I don't know, we shall see. See what the Dow had a different imbalance though. Right here, not the same. And it has another one up here and another one up here, so that's kind of shit. The Dow is always shit anyway. If we run, the Dow runs the weakest. I mean, look at it. The Dow's up 1%, Nasdaq's up almost 2%. Like, come on. Dow is doo-doo. The doo-doo Dow. All right, so there you have that. The Nasdaq. we didn't really have like an imbalance over here. We didn't really have shit over there. That's fine. So S&P was the only one that had, you know, something relatively clean. Obviously not with all the markups on here, but I was trying to draw all that out for you so you could see it in case you missed it earlier. But those are there. All right, so we'll come back. So those equal lows now are pretty far away. Down here, it's pretty far away. You know what I mean? So if we were gonna get down there today, I mean, dude, that's a run of quite a bit. That's a 30, almost a 30-point run. So I don't know, man. There's only an hour and 20 minutes left, so that may not be on the table for today. I mean, we would really have to shit the bed to get down there. So I'm thinking those lows might not be in there for today. Might not be in there for today. If you get a vegan pizza, you won't feel that guilty. If I get a vegan pizza, I'll feel guilty for not getting a regular pizza. You know what I'm saying? I like pepperoni, sausage. There was a pizza place nearby, and when they opened, they had a pizza called Pepperoni Masterclass, and it was pepperoni and cheese, obviously, but it also had garlic and oregano, and it was fire. It was delicious. And they have this sauce called sriracha, and it's sriracha and ranch together, and that shit is good too. But a couple weeks ago I went by and they don't sell them anymore. They no longer have the pepperoni masterclass. And what's crazy is that was their #1 seller too. They're like, yeah, that's our best pizza, but we don't sell anymore. I'm like, well, that's the greatest fucking business move I've ever heard. Let's get rid of our best-selling product. You know what I'm saying? What a great business move. I just trashed some mac and cheese watching the stream. Dude, mac and cheese is the greatest food on earth. On earth, bro. If I was on death row and I was being executed tomorrow and they said, all right, John, you got 1 meal left. What shall it be? I'd say, look, man, just give me a fat bowl of some homemade macaroni and cheese. I don't care what kind. You could have bacon bits in there. It could just be regular mac and cheese. It could be 5 cheese. It could be the kind with the crusty shit on top. It could be 8 cheese mac and cheese. I mean, it could be whatever, man. And I'd love it. And thank you, SBG. I don't know if you're still here. I just read your... I don't know why I skipped over it. I definitely appreciate the stream. You're welcome. I appreciate you being here. Hey, look, man. Starting next week, we got to start working on some promotion. Okay? Now, I'm here for you. Okay? I'm here for you. And I don't ask much. All I ask is that you subscribe, right? All I ask is that you subscribe. If you're not already, subscribe. And if you're not already following me on Instagram, it's at John Fibonacci. That's all that I ask. But next week, what I am going to start doing is asking you guys to start promoting as well. Okay? You know, if you're getting value and you want to share that value with other people, right? Hey man, there's this guy named John. He's pretty decent at price action. You know, he's got some dad jokes here and there and some okay book recommendations. Why don't you come check him out for a couple hours? Or hey man, he's got a channel, you know, he's got some cool videos. They got a couple of them got a little 1,000 views here and there. Why don't you go check him out, man, and learn some shit? And that's all. That's it, man. That's it for now, at least. Now, when we get some memberships going, that'll be a little bit different story. But for now, you know, it's value. And if you're getting value, why not share it with other people? How did you get into trading? You got into trading likely because of someone else, right? Someone else showed you, or someone else taught you things, or someone else introduced you to the world of trading, period. And if they had never done that, you would have never been a trader. You know what I'm saying? So it's just something to think about, man. If you want people to learn, if you're really learning and you want other people to learn, why not share the stream? It's free. It doesn't cost anything. And I don't talk about this often, but my book, okay? It went #1 on Amazon in 2021, 2 months after I released it. I ran 0 ads. I did 0 promotion. I didn't pay anybody to promote. I didn't ask anybody to promote. I didn't ask anybody anything. But it went #1 on Amazon because of word of mouth. Because everybody was sharing it. Like the book, or not the book itself, but I mean, like, they were showing pictures of it. They were telling their friends. It caught wind in the smart money community, caught wind in the Twitter community, excuse me. And for that reason, that's why it went #1. It was other people's promotion. It was other people either promoting it or talking shit. But either way, it blew up. And that only happened because of other people. That didn't happen because of me. So YouTube is the same way. Okay, I can promote my schedule and I can send out links and stuff, but in order to really get a ton of people on here, all of you guys are going to have to promote. And you don't have to. I'm not going to force you to do what you don't want to do. If you don't want to promote, you don't have to. If you just want to watch and chill out, then do that. But, you know, if you feel compelled to share it, then do so. Writing my schedule and tweeting out when you go live on streams. Nice. Used to buy weed from Austin Godsey back in high school. Holy. When I saw what he did, I said I'll never quit till I make it. LOL. God works in mysterious ways. Yes, the Lord can work through drug dealers. I can agree. And I don't have anything against drug dealers. I don't. Well, let me rephrase that. I mean, if you sell weed, great. Great. But if you sell shit like meth, you're a piece of shit. If you sell like hardcore shit like that, nah, you get your ass in jail. You belong in jail. But weed's cool, man. Weed is cool. But if you sell shit that destroys people's lives and ruins like their teeth and stuff, you're a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Can we agree? Can we agree on that, chat? Weed is cool if it's legal in your state. Wink, wink. Or your country, whatever. But, you know, I'm cool with that. But if you sell other shit, hardcore shit, I don't rock with that. I don't appreciate that. Currently reading The Disciplined Trader. First heard of it from you. Did you mention membership in the future? Yes. Whenever I get monetized, we'll have a membership on here. I'm fairly close to it. I think by the end of next week I should be. Because in order to get monetized on YouTube, you have to have 4,000 hours, right? You have to have 4,000 watched hours. So I have over 3,000 right now. So, but what I can tell you, because there's about 20, I think 22 or 23 of you on here. So the memberships are not going to be astronomical. They're not going to be no $100 a month shit. It ain't going to be like that. Okay. Now, John Wick in, just, I'm not suggesting that, but at the end of the day, people are going to do what they're going to do. People are going to do what they're going to do. So we're really just hanging out at this imbalance, huh, on the 1 hour. So let's see, we're coming up on the final hour. I want to see if we get some type of movement. If we just break through this and then keep trading higher and higher, I'll probably just go ahead and end the stream and you guys can just watch that. But because I want to see if we get some real movement. I mean, okay, so think about this. It's the last hour. It's the last day of the week. So we may see some volatility. And that's what I want to watch. I want to see what we do. I want to see if we get some fun shit. But if we're just boring and just bullshitting, I don't want to be here for that. So we'll see. But I did mention that this thing could just break through that and then just keep trading higher and higher. So if we were still long, that'd be cool. Hypothetically, of course. Glad you guys agree. Notifications turned on. Oh yeah, have those notifications turned on. But we got to start getting more people on here. Friday may not be the greatest day. You know, people are getting off work, they want to go home, whatever, they want to get their weekend started. So maybe Fridays aren't the best days, but during the week, I think should be okay. I think should be okay. So like this movement down in here, right? Like that sustained upside. I want to see that in this last hour. I don't want us to just hang around inside this imbalance. You know? Like this stuff right here, sometimes it takes watching price for an hour just to get that 1 minute entry. And most people don't like that. You know, a lot of people will argue or disagree. You know, oh, well, John, you know, but if you're in front of the charts all day, is that really time freedom? Well, time freedom is doing whatever you want to do. And if I want to be in front of the charts, then I'll be in front of the charts. If I want to do something else, I'll go do something else. I could be outside right now. I could be working out right now. I could be eating right now. I could be taking a nap right now. I could be doing anything I want to do. But I'm here in front of the charts. And since I'm going to be in front of the charts, I might as well be on fucking YouTube to show you guys some stuff so you can get some experience, man. So if we bust down and start getting some shorting, this looks ugly. For a mitigation, it looks ugly. Oh shit, I keep drawing the wrong thing. It looks kind of horrendous in my opinion. Give me a second. We'll keep that there and try to send it to the back. There we go. So we got a higher high on Dow, higher high on S&P, very sloppy, higher high on NASDAQ as well. So if we aggressively trade away from this imbalance, that may act as a mitigation later on. So if we were looking for reversal, that'd be about a 3.5 point stop, which isn't bad for a scalping idea. So we'll give it a minute. Matter of fact, can we do this? Oh, and look at gold, man. Micro gold. I don't want that shit. Look at that. It flew, didn't it? From that mitigation we spoke about earlier. If you had held a little bit on, look at that. That's a banger right there. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But anyway, what I want to do is I want to watch it on both time frames. So I don't need a whole lot on the 5 minute, but the 1 minute are yeah, the 1 minute seems okay. So we'll watch both. No, I don't have anything planned for this weekend. I may go to a friend's house today. I got some cigars actually, and a new bottle of tequila. Let's see, let me show you. I don't know if you guys are big on cigars, but I got this one. It's Brazilian. Cow Brasilia Lambada. So I don't know what that means. And then you have another one, it says Buffalo Trace. So it's a little bit smaller one. And I know the camera won't be able to catch it, but Buffalo Trace. It's got a little buffalo on it too. So it's cool. The Brasilia one I've had before. It's nice. Not my favorite, but it's nice. And this one I've never had. I want to try it. So we'll see how that goes. But other than that, I don't have any real plans. So we'll see if I can smoke a cigar today. Maybe get some tequila. Go from there. You don't smoke cigars often, but always down. I don't smoke cigars often either. I try not to. You know, but you know, my friends, they're cool. We smoke over there. Sometimes we smoke cigars. So do what you want with that information. All right, so now we're finally coming up on that last 60 minutes. Last 60 minutes of the day. See if we get any volatility. Either reverse lower or expand higher. I'm not sure. But it looks like this may not end up setting up for a mitigation. It's very compact. Like, it's just very, doesn't look like it wants to end up breaking down and end up becoming or it doesn't look like it wants to break down and end up becoming a mitigation. It doesn't look that way. So we hit 40.48. If you look on the 5 minute chart, up there at 40.48, tapped into that. I mean, it's still very well maybe. I don't know. But that first 1 minute though, the last 20 seconds, we've seen a little bit of volatility. I like it. I like it. Gin and tonic water for my Friday today. Interesting. Interesting. I have a lot of shit, but the one I've opened recently is Herradura tequila. It's a añejo, I think. I'm pretty sure. So if you guys know what that means. I think the other one is reposado or something like that. I don't know. I failed Spanish 3 times in high school, so I'm not an expert in Spanish by any means. I can barely speak Spanish. But yeah, nice tequila, nice cigar on a Friday evening. Sleep in on Friday. Top it off with some wings, maybe from Wingstop or something. Man, yeah. You got to enjoy life, man. You got to enjoy life. Don't overdo it. But enjoy life, man. Enjoy life. Because the friends that we have, one day, they'll be gone. One day we'll be gone. And if we try to study every day and study too much, we're going to look back and be like, damn. Should have smoked those cigars with my friends. Should have went to the pool. Should have went to the barbecue. Should have went to the movie. Should have did that. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be studying The Secret of Selecting Stocks for Immediate and Substantial Gains. Great book from Larry Williams. I know you've recommended it, and it teaches relative strength analysis. Is there any other key? How I Made $1 Million Last Year Trading Commodities, also by Larry Williams. Phenomenal. There's a couple by George Angel. Winning in the Commodities Market by George Angel. Great. He was an S&P trader, S&P floor trader actually, and he was the first person that I know of to write about price manipulation. It's in one of my YouTube videos. If you watch the video, The Secret to Fractals, I think I mentioned that book as well. You know, so there's all these arguments. Who created smart money and this and that? The earliest known text that I know of was George Angel. That book was published in 1979. So he worked on the floor, so he knew floor traders for the S&P. You know what I'm saying? So y'all do what you want with that information, but I think it's great. I gave a couple copies of that book away over the years, but it's good. It's good. Page 92, I think it's the 3rd paragraph. He talks about it. So yeah. Sounds like a chilled Friday. I'll be playing Roblox with my nephews from 6 to 8. Usually I grind straight through the night, but it's Friday, so I'm hanging with my guys. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Take away your specific chapter that really gave you strong insights. Well, if you have my book, my friend, I quote Larry Williams. I also quote George Angel. And it was Larry Williams who gave the community relative strength analysis, in my opinion. You know, some people agree or disagree, whatever. Personally, I don't give a fuck. You can agree or disagree, but you know, open interest came from Larry Williams as well, which actually, and he quotes his source. It was one of the guys that worked at, I always forget the name of this fucking bank. It's not JP Morgan. I don't think it's Schwab. It was something else, dude. I can't remember the name. But anyway, he learned like from someone that actually worked at the bank, and he called it smart money. So, you know, the earliest text that I know of where smart money came from was Larry Williams. Either that or George Angel, because both of them put books out in 1979 and the 80s. They might have books prior to that. I don't know off the top of my head. Okay, I'm not, you know, I can remember some things, but I don't remember all of that. But yeah, smart money really, that's where it like originated, at least in like public form. Obviously, smart money's been around for, you know, longer than that per se, but the actual lessons and things that we utilize, you know, I don't think we would have a lot of the things that we have today if it wasn't for people like George Angel and people like Larry Williams and others. So, all right, so it doesn't look like we're gonna get that breakdown. Price traded through. We got that volatility right in this last hour. It's just gonna, well, at least now it's right pushed through that and has continued higher. So this is now almost 20 points from that. It's about 17 points from that low down in here. And that's what it looks like on a 5-minute. So that's not bad. 40.50. If I was still in a trade, I think I would just take everything here at 40.50. I wouldn't leave it anymore. If we had partial out at 44.50 right now, I'd get out of there. Call it a day. Even if this thing runs and continues. So there's a little bit of my impatience speaking, speaking out. But that's just the truth, man. But Naruto, to answer your question more specifically, I don't know which chapter it was, but the relative strength is goated, open interest is goated, and the George Angel part about floor traders manipulating price, I think is goated as well. So he talks about moon phases, which I don't really look into. He talks about some other things which I don't look into. George Angel talks a lot about things that I'm not into. I think the LS3 or 3SL system or whatever, I don't look into. He talks a little bit about patterns and triangles and shit I don't look into. He talks about pyramiding and inverse pyramiding. I don't really do either one of those. So, yeah. But for books that are 40 years old, 44 years old, they're not bad, man. They are not bad. My wife's grandfather had a massive house full of books. I spent almost 3 days looking for anything in the commodities market, but never came across it. Well, it is what it is. George Angel actually got in a lot of trouble too. He got in trouble with CFTC. He was selling his system, the LS3, whatever shit he's got. And he was marketing it as if he had made a bunch of money, when in reality it was just like back testing, I guess. And he got in some trouble for that. So maybe there was, you know, maybe there was some finesse there. I don't know. Yeah, see, look, okay. So look at this. And I don't want to roast the guy. I have a lot of respect for him. Winning in the futures market came out in 1987. Okay, that was like the second one after winning in the commodities market. But look, if you just go into Google and you type in George Angel, okay, this is him. It's like Angel but with 2 L's. Okay, which is ironic because he definitely took an L from the CFTC right here. If you scroll down, see the cftc.gov. George Angel's violated section whatever. So I think he got in a little bit of trouble, which I don't want to be into, because fuck that. January 1996 through December 1999, defrauded clients and prospective clients through material misrepresentations in promotional brochures for the 1995 version of the LSS day trading system. Oh, so that's what it's called then. Signal-based computerized commodity, a bunch of bullshit. And then, in another attempt to add credibility to the promotional brochures, the 13-page capitalized bold type statement, proven successful in real-time actual trading, appeared as a heading for that text, included blah, blah, blah. In fact, most performance results reported in the promotional brochures, including $1.4 million in trading profits, were based on hypothetical backtesting conducted by Angel's software developer prior to the introduction of the LSS system to the investing public. And apparently he knew that the promotional brochures falsely suggested that blah, blah, blah. So he got, man. And I want to say they charged him like $25K. I don't remember. This is a bunch of shit, man. I'm not reading all this. Oh, right here. In jail shall pay a civil monetary penalty of $50,000. Oh, so I was wrong. $50,000. And a bunch of other shit. So yeah, remember I told you earlier the government doesn't fucking play. This is right here. They charged him $50,000. Now, mind you, well, you know, John, $50,000 to a floor trader, that might not be a lot of money. Dude, do you know what year this was? This was not 2020s, fam. This was the late 90s. So think about that. And he has not been registered with the commission in any capacity since 1988. So, in other words, he fucked up. And he fucked around and he found out. So, that's why I put a lot of disclaimers on here too. Because this is not financial advice. It's not. And I'm not promising anything. You think I want to be charged $50,000? Well, that was in the early 2000s, so it's probably even more than that now. It'd probably be like 100 grand or a lot. It'd be a lot of money, bro. And it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. Some people actually go to jail too. So sounds like a smart dude who just got the cart a little ahead of the horse. Yeah, a little bit. Even in my book, I go heavy with the risk disclaimer. As a matter of fact, if you have my book, by the way, I encourage you to read it. Like the risk disclaimer I think near the end, it literally says something along the lines of, don't read this book and then go trade with live money. It says that, or something close to that. So it's very serious, man. It's very serious. But I think we'll probably go ahead and cut it here. I'm sure all the indices are probably rallying. Dow rallying, Nasdaq rallying. So yeah, man, as mentioned at the beginning of the stream, anyone who's been trying to short all day, well, they're getting their shit pushed in, man. It ain't looking good for them. It's a good thing that we didn't short, and it's a good thing that when we looked for shorts that we framed, well, it may not be that, right? If anything, the highlight I would say is that you should go back to about 1243 and rewatch this area and highlight maybe that 10-15 minute of time in there and just study that. And then the gold market as well, right? We outlined a run to 1849 and a half or 1850. I don't remember. That was around here, roughly within here. And then a 1 minute mitigation set up, and it has ran very, very aggressively since then. So we outlined that too, you know? So it's a pretty good Friday to me. Getting some experience, watching price go to where we want it to go before it happens. Okay. And that'll be it. That will be it for today. So y'all have a blessed weekend. Leave a comment. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I would greatly appreciate that. My Twitter, my Instagram, and the YouTube is all the same at the bottom right of your screen at John Fibonacci. Have a good weekend. I'll see you guys next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're gonna have a lot of fun next week. But yeah, be good.